What is up? Fantasy baseball. Fantasy Commissioner Eric here, living the fantasy life. Just going on a couple new announcements we have yet to make. As majority of you know, and as a vast majority of you text message me to let me know that we need to up the cap. So that's what we did. We're now doing a $100 cap, and as a reminder, that does not mean you need to spend $100 on players. You can be a small market team and be very successful. As I said in my previous video, look at the Rays. But how the new draft is going to work is each player is going to be worth $1, and obviously in the auction is going to translate to real American currency. So, you know, if you have a guy who costs $15, it's going to be $15 instead of $1.50. So we're going to be using real dollars. So I'm cutting my forehead off in the video. Sorry, I just realized that. Still cutting my forehead off. However, we're going to work with it. So we're going to be spending on real dollars, $100. That's going to carry over to the regular season. What that means is if you spend $40 on the draft, you're going to have $60 to work with for the season. So you could trade for higher priced players if you want to, and if they accept. Versus if people are going to spend $90, $95, even if $100, they don't have any cap space to really work with. They're going to have to drop players. Which brings me to my next point. I'm going to make a rule. If you spend over $7 on a player, you cannot cut him. What? Yep. If you spend over $7 on a player in the draft, you cannot cut him unless he goes on the DL. I'm not letting you cut him because I don't want somebody at the end of the season, like say, oh, Sir Eric Manthe, who's going to go 20-90, not going to make the playoffs, and say he spends $90 just taking a massive shit in the free agent market and just dumping all of his players to get his money back. I'm not letting you do that. If you want to do something, you want your money back at the end of the season, you're not going to make it, start trying to trade some of your players. But I Commissioner, have the power of veto. I can say, no, you're not doing this. And I can cancel the trade, ban the trade if I want to. I'm not going to let you trade Buster Posey, Verlander, and I don't know, Rafael Soriano for Tyler Colvin. But I really want Tyler Colvin! Yeah, not gonna happen. It's just unfair to everybody else if you do that, and it makes a huge unfair advantage to the teams that are actually making the playoffs, especially if one goes and does that trade. As I said, I'm a Marlins fan. No Lorias in this league. No Lorias! One final thing to go over is that this is a keeper league. You can keep 10 players for next season that you're going to have on your team, and you can keep them for the same price that you're going to be spending this draft on. They're going to be that much for the next 2 seasons. But there's going to be an option on those 3 seasons. Every year, there's going to be an option. Say this year you draft Jerkson Profar, you keep him through the whole 2013 season at $3. Next season, you decide to keep him for next season. Next season, you're going to have him for $3. But let's decide he doesn't develop as the fantasy gurus have been expecting him to. So after 2014 season, you can drop him if you want. But if you decide to still keep him at the 2015 season, that's your last season with him. At the end of 2015, you're going to have to part ways with him because that's 3 seasons. 2013, 2014, 2015. After that season, you have to part ways. You have no option. If you want him back, you can try to go after him in the draft in 2016. That's all the time I really have right now. I have to get running to class, but I'll be making another video, posting it either tonight or tomorrow about just some finalized fun rules that we'll be doing. So that's it.